Opal, you don't have to lie to make me feel better.
I'm not lying to you, honey. Not only was Tad on that roof, he waited there all night long.
No, he didn't.
What do you mean, no, he didn't? What do you know about it? You weren't even there.
He told me he wasn't.
Now, Dixie, Tad's lips do not always speak the truth, as you well know.
Why would he lie?
How the heck do I know? But he turned Pine Valley upside down looking for you when you didn't show up that night, bugging everybody if they'd seen or heard from you. He was like a man possessed. Now, if he wasn't on that roof, how would he even know that you were missing, huh?
I don't know.
Dixie, Cooney, Tad thinks the sun rises and sets on you. He thinks you hung the dang moon, for crying out loud. He loves you. He has never stopped loving you. Now, the question at hand isn't whether did Tad make it to the roof, but why you didn't. And seeing you here, lying here in this bed, hooked up to all these machines and tubes and wires and everything else, my hunch is that it's not because you didn't want to be there. It's because you were too sick to get there, am I right? Did you mean to meet Tad on that roof that night, huh? Because if you did, honey, we got to get on the horn right now and call Tad and tell him that you still love him to pieces. That is it, isn't it? You were too sick to meet Tad that night, weren't you? I knew it. I knew it. I told Tad there had to be a real reason. Well, what do you think? You want me to put through that call for you?
Opal, you didn't hear him on the phone. He was so indifferent.
Honey, he was just hiding his feelings, that's all, because he thought you didn't want him. You know how Tad is. Mr. Cool, never one to show his hurt, always cracking jokes. He loves you. You love him. Now call him. I double darned guarantee you that you will find out that you were dead wrong about his intentions.
Excuse me, Mrs. Cortlandt. I need to speak with my patient in private.
Can it wait? We're right in the middle of something important here.
No, it can't.
Oh, all right. I'll be right back.
Oh, Mrs. Cortlandt, what's going on in there?
Oh, how do I know? Super Doc wants to talk to Dixie alone.
Who are you calling, Mr. Cortlandt?
No, someone much nearer and dearer to my heart. Sometimes you just gotta take the bull by his pointy little horns and do what you gotta do.
I have the results of your latest tests.
Yeah, hello?
Tad, it's me.
Ma, I'm in the middle of something right now. Can it wait?
No, it can't. I got news about Dixie. Hello? Hello? Tad, are you there?
Just terrific. All right, now throw this away. Don't cut yourself. And from now on, take the bag with both hands. I gotta hose off the driveway now.
Tad, can you hear me? Pick up
Sorry.
the phone.
Why don't you go play in the living room, okay? Play something nice. Don't make another mess. Ma, you still there?
Where did you go?
Oh, we had an accident. One of the kids dropped a jug full of apple cider in the driveway. Now I got glass and juice all over the place. Just what I need.
Didn't you hear what I said to you before? I got news about Dixie.
Oh, Ma, come on. Give it up. I told you. Dixie and I are over. I love you, but just stay out of it.
Just when I was telling him the best news of his entire life.
What a jerk.
You hush up your mouth. Ted is hurt, that's all. I gotta get Dixie to call him.
Call him? Why? He's a jerk. If you tell her about that phone call, it's only gonna make her feel worse.
I thought you said the operation was a success.
It was. in terms of dealing with the immediate complications, the cardiogenic effusion. But you still have pericarditis. Now, sometimes treatment takes weeks, even months, before the inflammation of the cardiothoracic area, the heart and lungs, totally subsides.
Does that mean I'm going to have to be in the hospital for all that time?
No. But you are going to need weekly checkups so that we can monitor your condition. And you're going to remain on the steroids so that the inflammation can be reduced.
But I'm going to get better, right? I mean, going to get over this.
That's a little more complicated.
What do you mean?
That, medically speaking, there are no real guarantees.
Well, what could happen?
You could have a recurrence of the effusion.
You mean when the lining of my heart filled up with blood?
Correct. Now, of course, that could be very serious if it's not properly treated. If, say, perhaps you are unaware of the problem and you aren't seeking the proper medical help.
Well, wouldn't I have some kind of warning, though?
Not always, no.
And if that does happen?
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it doesn't happen.
You're not answering my question. Dr. Hayward, I am a mother. I'm a single parent. I have to know the worst so I can be prepared. Are you telling me that I could just go out there, I'd be living my life, and all of a sudden I could just die from this? Look, just answer me. Could I die from this?
Cardiac arrest is a possibility. Yes. But with the proper medication and continuous monitoring, you should be all right in time. And after all, you do have the best in the field as your doctor. So if you remain in my care and you follow my orders, you should be all right. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go. I promised that I would consult on another patient that was just brought in. But I'll be back, okay? And I'll answer any other questions that you might have.
Dixie Cooney, my son thinks the sun rises and sets on you that you hung the dang moon. He loves you, and he's never stopped loving you.
Look, just answer me. Could I die from this?
Cardiac arrest is a possibility, yes.
Hey, come on. I'm not saying I don't want to. All I'm saying is that if we're really going to do this, if we're going to jump into bed together, we got to know it's because we got something going on here. Otherwise, we're just asking for trouble all over again. And we've already had enough of that, right? Right. So the question is, do you think we've got a shot together?
I don't know what to say, Dad. Dixie, I just saw Doc Hayward leave. He blew by me like a man with a mission. So, what did he tell you about your condition?
He said I'm gonna be fine.
Oh, honey, that is just wonderful. I'm just so glad. Listen, you've got to call Tad and give him the good news.
My health is of no concern to Tad anymore.
Would you stop? You would have been on that roof if you could have.
No, Opal, you're wrong. You're only right about one thing.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
That, remember when you said you didn't know which was harder, my heart or my head?
Uh-huh.
Well, it turns out that it was just both. I can't get over the past.
Why am I having so much trouble swallowing this load of hooey?
Because, you're a hopeless romantic when it comes to Ted. The truth is, if you really want to know, I was with Braden.
Braden? That toady?
He's a very nice man, Opal, and he helped me decide not to show up.
Does he have a thing for you? Is that why he's been hanging around?
No, I mean, we're just friends, but, I mean, it could develop into something, maybe.
Dixie Cooley, I have known you to be a lot of things, but I never thought you were fickle.
The next night, it was Halloween, and he came back to New York, and we did the town. And then I got sick, and he brought me here.
Snake.
Opal, I am a single woman, you know. I can see whoever I want. I'm sorry it disappoints you that it's not Tad. Braden? Braden, could you come in here a minute?
Sure.
Listen, I was just telling Opal that I was with you the night that I was supposed to show up on that rooftop with Tad, but she doesn't believe me.
It's true. She stopped by my apartment.
And we talked about Tad, and that's when I decided not to show up, right?
Right.
And then the next night was Halloween, and we went out on the town, right?
Right. Yeah, I was upset because Mr. Cortlandt had fired me. And you cheered me up.
I thought... I was just so sure that... Well, if that's the way it is, then I guess there's really nothing more to say.
Opal, one more thing. Please don't tell anybody that I'm in the hospital.
Well, Palmer already knows, so does Adrian.
Well, if you could talk to them and tell them, you know, not to spread it around, I would appreciate it. I just don't want it getting back to Junior. I don't want to worry him. I mean, right now he thinks that I'm with Lainey in Paris. I don't want him knowing different, okay? Please?
Yeah, sure, whatever you want.
Opal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it didn't turn out the way you wanted.
Okay. Would you mind telling me why I just lied for you? Why'd you lie to Opal?
Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do just because it's for the best.
Were you planning on this getting back to Tad? You're gonna make him jealous or something?
No, absolutely not. Just the opposite. Listen, will you keep my secret?
Yeah. It's your call.
Thank you. Listen, I'm all talked out. Would you mind?
Yeah. You get some sleep. I'll stop by in the morning and see how you're doing.
Night.
Good night.